What is up, y'all? It's your girl, brand new, and honey, I am back in the building. Listen. This time, honey, I am back with a Love and Marriage Huntsville crossover with BELLE Collective. We have Miss Kimmi Scott and Marie Hamilton Apston. I believe that's her name. She got two last names. Marie, girl, if you don't let that man name go, okay, if you don't take a page out of Melody Cherie's book, honey, they even talk about the whole name change thing. Okay, so anyways, you guys, I like these crossovers. I like to, hear the perspectives of, both the women that's, on these shows. We saw LATRICE and Stormy. I think that Stormy should join BELLE Collective. I just think she fits in good there. But also, I do like her on Love and Marriage Huntsville, honey, handling Tisha and Marceau, they ass, honey. I love her. I love her doing that, honey. Okay. But without further ado, let's get off into it.
Like, how do you balance that? We encounter each other. Yeah, Huntsville's small. And when we first started with the original people that started, I knew all of them. We were legit friends. We hung out. We went on vacation. We were legit friends. And, different stuff happens along the way where you kind of fall out. You're not as close. But everybody...
What happened, sis? What happened, Kimmi?
Also on the show after that, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know anybody after that. I had never heard of Stormy. And I think Stormy did an interview with LATRICE. And she was saying, I'm so small, and they act like they didn't know me. Everybody know me. No, I had never heard of
Kimmi said, no, girl. Okay, this is not Canvas Beauty, girl. We did not know you. Okay?
Before the TV show. I met Destiny through the TV show. I met the Fletchers through the TV show. And we see them all the time now. Like, we're friends now. We're cool now. But I didn't know anybody except the original Marceau, Martell, Maurice, Tisha, Melody, and myself were the ones that I knew prior to. And so we, from time to time, still keep up. We're not the best friends anymore.
Well, do you feel that stemming reality TV ruined you all's friendship? Do you think it played a big part in you all's relationship outside of TV?
So here's the thing. Our relationship wasn't the best just prior to the TV show. We met in 2014 and we hung out. We were cool. When the TV show actually started, we had just gone our separate ways. We weren't bickering, we weren't on social media trying to tear each other down. We weren't that. We had just gone our separate ways. And then Melody had been working on a TV show for a minute. And when things started to pull back together, she asked us to come back together to see if we could make it work.
Right.
So to be fair, before the months before the TV show, we weren't the best of friends. We just had gotten to a place where we were doing separate things. 2014, 2015, yes, we were tough, hanging out tough. So in regards to the show, I do think that it was enough of a wedge to help make that gap a little bit bigger. I don't think it caused it, not by any stretch of the imagination, because I think it was already there. It was just that I do think that the show added a little bit of a catalyst. I feel like that incident from season 1 has taken y'all to where y'all are now, where you and LATRICE kind of just...
Okay, it goes back to, how fans, they, how ruthless they can be, and they can go on and, bring, continuously talk about things and give their perspective on things and, just ask tough questions and say things that it may not be quite right or on key, but she allowed that to go on and on and on to create that narrative in her head that, okay, I got a problem with her, or other women on the show have a problem with her. You know what I'm saying? And that's not the case. You see what I'm saying?
I was watching when they said, I think her and Tamara had a conversation in regards to Akeisha coming and her being in the text group, not in the text group, if she's going to be part of the circle, part of the collective and all that. And, then they were saying that Tamara was the one who said, don't put her in. And then I think it was Latrice and them was like, you and Marie were the one, you and Leticia were the ones that said, let's not put her in. Did that
Let me
ever
say
get
this, Kimmi.
resolved? Because that should be
Let me say this, Kimmi.
Mm-hmm.
I am a very transparent person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't bite my tongue. I don't play games with people. I don't do any of that. If I say
That's why I love you, Marie. Okay, Marie, my bro. I know that's why y'all don't like Marie. I look at all the comments. Y'all cannot stand Marie, but y'all just love Miss LATRICE. Why? Okay, put your favorite BELLE in the comment section, honey. I like Marie.
something, if I do something, I'm going to stand on what I say or what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the situation with Tambra and her ex-boyfriend. Right. I stood in it. I went to her and told her what that was. She didn't hear it from nobody else. She heard it from me first. So the whole text message situation, that shit didn't have nothing to do with me. Mm-hmm. What actually happened was I met Tambra and Letitia at a restaurant. So at that time, I didn't know So Gucci nor Akeisha. I had never seen a picture of them. Mm-hmm. So when we met up for dinner, Letitia and Tambra was talking about the two new BELLEs. Because they knew of them. Mm-hmm. I didn't. So I'm listening to them. So Tisha tells Tambra, well, okay, I'm going to start a group chat. When we start filming, I'm going to get ready to start. I'm going to start a group chat text with all of the BELLEs. Mm-hmm. So Tambra was like, well, if you start a group chat, well, don't include me in that. I don't want to be in it. For whatever reason, whatever happened in their childhood or whatever, that didn't have nothing to do with me. That wasn't no beef I had with Akeisha or Tambra, because me, Tambra, and Tisha was at the table, so I didn't have a problem with Tambra. Mm-hmm. It was Tambra and Letitia's conversation about So Gucci and Akeisha. Not me. I was just there, in dinner with them. So when Tambra said that I had an issue with Akeisha, I'm like, why would you, I didn't have nothing to do with it.
That don't make no sense. And this is one of the reasons why, you guys, I cannot stand Tambra. I think she should be recasted. Carlos, immediately bring Antoinette back. LATRICE needs a friend. Maybe Melanie. What's her name, guys? Melody or Melanie? The lady that's always with LATRICE. And all of the BELLEs know her. So I think she would be a good addition. But I feel like just no on Tambra. She looks like a liar. She is one of those third-party Virgos where they live vicariously through other people. They hide their business. You don't never know the truth, the whole truth, and none but the truth about them. I just don't trust her. I don't think she meshes well with the other ladies. Maybe her and Akeisha seem like they have something, but I don't think anybody else likes her or trusts her. I think Akeisha and Gucci are cool. I think Maria and Letitia, you could see their bond. And I just feel like LATRICE is by herself. Okay, she on an island by herself. And, she needs a friend or some type of woman in her peer group, in her demographic. I feel like that would help LATRICE on the show. But it's a no on Tambra. I hated what she did on this past episode. I believe she had something to do with Marie not being invited to the Capitol. She said that she wasn't. I guess they all just went on a tour. I didn't really like the last episode. It was funny, but I don't know. We'll talk about it when I do the review. I didn't like how everybody was glossing over Marie not being invited. I felt like that was wrong. And then it's just like, Tambra, you all just made up. So yeah, she didn't come to your gender reveal and all of that, but I feel like Tambra has something to do with it, because when Marie confronted her, Tambra was like walking off and, well, this isn't the right place. Bitch, anytime you all are filming is the right place. What the hell is your problem? You know how these shows are. Well, this was at the charity event. No, yes, they did something for lupus, but y'all know that this is a TV show. How many times on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, did you see what a Nene and a Kenya get into it at the last event? This is no different. But yeah, but it got Marie's name on it. So the hell what? Shit. If you did something shady with me, I'm going to confront you about it. Period. And the way she rushed out of there, I was like, yeah, she's sneaky. She always seems very ambiguous, like she's hiding something. She gives me that energy of everybody else is invited, but you're not. It's just this disingenuous energy. I don't know. And I just feel like as the audience, we should feel like we know you. You guys have been on the air long enough. You guys have enough years in the game now. You know what I'm saying? To the point where we should feel like, okay. And even Aikisha, even though Aikisha hasn't been there since day one, I feel like I have a great sense of understanding of who Aikisha is. I don't feel like that with Tambra, you guys. It's something like very dark-sided with her. And I'm not saying like she's a bad person, I just feel like she does a lot of stuff to shoot herself in the foot. Because to me, that wasn't a good look. If she did block Marie from going to the Capitol, just wasn't a good look. And then the fact that everybody wanted to act as if Marie was being childish for reacting to it. And no, she's one of the BELLE. She's been here since day one. She's actually doing pretty well in her business. So it is insulting, whether you like Marie or not. Like, we can battle over these women's personalities. All of them have some type of flaw within their personality, within their character. So what I hate about BELLE Collective is I feel like everybody just make Marie look like she's just so horrible. And I don't think she is. I think she's no nonsense. And, what you see is what you get. And I can appreciate that.
It has nothing to do with it. If I got a problem with Aikisha, hell, I tell Aikisha I have a problem with her. But she never did nothing to me. So what did they have to do with me? So the group text, when Letitia, when the whole thing came up about Aikisha being excluded, the only text message that I did know about, Tisha had a birthday dinner. Tisha, Aikisha, and all the ladies had got into it at the sister convention, and I wasn't there. I was out. That's when I was on the FaceTime. And so it was a whole situation about Aikisha allegedly supposed to call us ugly. Right, I remember Tisha didn't like that.
Ugly.
So when Tisha scheduled her birthday dinner, she didn't invite Aikisha because she called us ugly. Mm-hmm. But the truth is, Tambra did say it. So I don't understand why Tambra won't just stand on it. Mm-hmm. You said it, just say, hell yeah, I said it.
Do you see how confusing this is? And like somebody that lies a lot, I just feel like they keep up a lot of confusion. I feel like Marie has the type of personality to where Tambra gets to look like the good guy. Like, look at how Marie's acting. This is why she wasn't even invited. Now, I'm sure, see, she didn't deny that, she didn't invite her to the Capitol, but it just looked like it's right up her damn alley to do it. It just looked right within her character to do something sneaky and malicious like that. I don't think any of the BELLE should be excluded. Y'all know I don't even like LATRICE, but I don't think it would have been right if they would have did that to LATRICE. So yeah, they gonna get to the bottom of that, honey, at that reunion, and I can't wait.
Why? And then you gonna put me in it? So I mean, Letitia didn't want Aikisha. Why would I not want Aikisha in a group message? I don't know Aikisha like that. And I didn't know, so don't you?
Right.
This doesn't make sense.
Right. Well, it made a whole ruckus. And it seemed like it's carried over, like season after season. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think on the commercial for your season finale, you don't get to go to the state capitol. Like, no. You don't get to invite for the state capitol. Well, and some kind of way you feel like that's Tambra.
Well, the reason is because all this is initiated between me and all of this transpired between me and Tambra from her ex. So I don't know if you know this, but one of my friend girls, close friend of mine, called me up and said, Marie, listen, I got a good friend. He's trying to clear his name from the show. He's been accused of some allegations. He used to date Tamara. I didn't know the specific details, but I knew it was something serious going on with this guy.
Let me ask you a question real quick. Quick question. So this was part that I didn't really understand, and I watched the show.
Okay, go ahead.
So was it him that reached out to you, like in your DMs, to get you this information, or just a minute ago, I think you said a person you know really well gave you this information? Because that makes a difference. Because I was under the impression he DM'd you and went out here to get your information, and I was like, Marie, we get people DMs all the time that want to get
Now let me say this. No, he did, and I didn't know this until after the fact. He did reach out to all of the Bells through a anonymous page, but hell, I didn't get it. You see what I'm saying? Like, nobody responded, because we get people in
all the time wanting to get some information.
I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that. So, a good friend of mine reached out to me. If that had not been the case, and I didn't trust my friend, I would have never touched the situation. I went off her word, and I thought this was a serious, legitimate case. You see what I'm saying? So none of this really had nothing to do with me.
But you can feel how Tamara gonna feel away.
I understand. So, right, I do see how Tamara feels. Now, I'm gonna get to that. Okay. So, I only made the introduction because of my friend. You know how you have your friends, your people come to you, you trust them? And so, when I found out from Tamara that she had some issues with this guy stalking her, I'm like, I double back to my friend. And I'm like, you got me caught up in some, this is some bullshit right here that I'm dealing with that really ain't got nothing to do with me. And I'm thinking this is a legitimate situation because you are my friend. And now Tamara upset with me because she's thinking that this was done on some malicious shit. And that was never the case, to try to hurt her. That was never my intent. To try to hurt her.
It came on TV as malicious.
It did. It looked like that, but that was never the case. That was not absolutely wasn't the case. And I explained it to Tamara, like this was done on a malicious intent. Because why would I do something to try to hurt you? I don't have no big.
I want to know more about Marie's friend. What about you guys? Put in the comments. I need to know who this friend is and why would they suggest that you meet with Tamara's ex, and I just need to know more information.
With you, I don't have no issues. I only entertained the situation because of my good friend. But now I got issues with her.
If that's the case, when it took a minute for you to say you were sorry, like when they were
in that moment, I felt like, man, why am I apologizing? And I know I wasn't doing this to try to hurt her, and I'm trying to tell her that. In that moment, that's how I felt like I didn't owe her an apology because I didn't do this to try to hurt her.
Gotcha.
I only met with the guy because a great friend of mine asked me to meet with him, not knowing that this information allegedly was false.
Gotcha.
Tamara was saying that it was false. This guy was saying that she, had put stalking charges and stuff on him, and he had court papers where the judge had dismissed it. And I'm like, damn. I felt bad. Like, damn, I've been in a position where I had to clear my name before, like, well, damn. Right. So I was trying to explain it to Tamara that I can go look this guy up. But after she told me that, hey, she was hurt by it, okay, Tamara, all right, I'm sorry. My intent wasn't to hurt you. That was never my intent, to hurt you. And then even after I apologized to you and let her know, hey, my intent was not to hurt you, you still dragging this out. Like, I told you I'm sorry. I asked God to forgive me for it. Like, you can't crucify me for nothing. Because I already apologized to you. Now, I'm not going to kiss your ass. Now, I got it off of me.
So you been
I love Marie. I don't care what y'all say.
Some period? Like, when
that's the thing. Okay, so even it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, about how when you can talk about something with somebody and you move with the problem, the person you have an issue with, you can move forward. But then when the fans talk about it, it comes back up, and then one or the other person get engaged, and it's like the resolution is out the window. The situation of y'all moving forward is out the window. You see what I'm saying? Because we had already talked about it, and she participated with the fans. Instead of saying that, I hurt her maliciously. And it wasn't a malicious intent.
So you still think she's behind you not going to the state capitol? You think this is all still scary?
Because she reached, Tamara's cousin, the girl through her spring fling, and her cousin, who was a councilman at the time, they worked at the Capitol. So Tamra reached out to all of the Bells and told them that the Bells were being recognized. They were going to, what do you call it? It was a resolution. They were going to have a resolution for the Bells. That's a big deal. A resolution. And so I didn't know nothing about it. The way I knew about it, Letitia told me about it. But when I confronted Tamra, Tamra said that she told Letitia to tell me. Oh. She told Letitia to tell me. I never denied meeting with the guy. And that's the part that the viewers don't know. I never denied that. I didn't wake up one morning and say, hey, I'm getting ready to go and meet with Tamra X to dig up some dirt. Because that's what they saying on social media, that I'm digging up dirt on Tamra. That was never the case.
I think you have to have a realm of cautiousness when you find information.
I know that now. My friends can't come and ask no favors of me. Like to do nothing.
I feel the same way. And I've been like that since day one as well. I'm like, you want to be upset with me, be upset with me about something for real. So I get that. Like, I get that part. It's tough though, because we need the fans as far as making the show work. But sometimes it gets to the point where it's disrespectful and it's disturbing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like to say that.
No, and I was going to say, and I don't want that from the people who consider themselves my fans to do to another person. You know what I mean? I think there's a level you can uplift your person, not tear down the next person at the same time.
Right.
And I know
they do that
social media in general, because you got these keyboard thugs like behind their cameras and behind their faces and behind the fake, icons and all that, and they can say a lot of stuff on the internet. And I just don't understand what's the point. Like,
that's the problem I don't like. That's why I'm not on social media like that. I post, but I don't even follow nobody because it's too, like, I can't be productive.
She said, I don't even follow nobody. Who are you, Marie? Beyonce don't follow nobody either. Okay.
In my business and be on the phone looking at that all day. You just can't get anything done.
I don't know how people got that time. You're right.
It's nothing wrong. It's nothing wrong with people having their being a fan of the person who they like. There's nothing wrong with you voicing your opinion, but don't be degrading and humiliating. Like that part is, I got zero tolerance for that.
Y'all been dragging her about LATRICE. Y'all all on LATRICE's side, and child, I'm not. I told y'all, I'm not on LATRICE's side. I feel like she is in a burning house. She is embarrassed about being in that burning house. Anytime you get to the point when you are sending out a cease and desist and you are on a television show and you're saying, well, this person is making up all these, allegations about my marriage. She ain't making up nothing, sis. We see how the man treats you. It started out on some Ike and Tina, to be honest with you, this season. He grabbing you up and grabbing you. Then I saw the pictures that I saw, with her arms just looking a bit bruised. Hopefully did nobody, doctor those pictures up, but I don't think anybody would. But I saw her, like, her arms and stuff. I was like, girl, you need to get away from that man. Okay, he's controlling, he's disrespectful, he's selfish. I don't care how much older he is than her. I just still feel like that does not give him license to be disrespectful to her. But a lot of people have told me, that's the price that's the price you pay when you get with an older man. And, he is, very much so older than you, old enough to be your dad. He's going to treat you like, you are his daughter, you are his child. And, like I said, everybody's grown, and I still don't feel like that's right. But I just feel like LATRICE would probably be a better person in a new relationship, maybe with somebody closer to her age, or you could deal with an older guy, but somebody with a different personality. I would get away from that Smokey Robinson and the Brother Tucking Miracles, honey. I would get rid of that man. Savannah. He is not a good man. He's way too old-fashioned, way too set in his ways. And you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You know, you just can't. And then he's a man of a particular age, and you allowing him to make you question and doubt yourself, all the pine saw and baby oil there is in the world, and he already at an older age. Wink, wink. Clean the bathroom. Wink, wink. My people know what I'm alluding to, honey. Okay, like, girl, you allowing this old Sanford and Son fool to like boss you around and disrespect you. He would come in with me talking that shit, and then I would beat and put that damn Crisco on them floors. We gonna see how much shit you gotta talk now. I remember one time I got into it with my child's father. Honey, it was funny as hell. I was cussing his ass out. I had just put his ass out once again. I used to stay putting that nigga out. Okay, look, and he would come right back. You still want me out? What you think, nigga? Shit. You still mad at me? That's one thing about him. He would get over shit real quick. Before I gave birth to my daughter, I had cussed his ass out. My water had broke, and child, my water broke on his damn clothes. I said yes, because he had been clowning and acting a damn fool. He got mad. Damn, I can't wear no damn clothes. And water broke all over. I cussed him out. Okay, get your shit and get out. So, I remember I didn't know about, well, damn, my water broke. It's time to go to the hospital, you know. So, child, I called my doctor, let her know what was going on. And she was like, well, you're going to need a ride to the hospital because sound like you ready to, you know, give birth. You know, it's time to get you, you know, to the hospital, girl. So I was like, dang, I just cussed out my child's father. She was like, well, be nice to him, honey. Try to be nice. But I was able to talk nice to him, and he came right back. He came right back, y'all, and took me to the hospital. That was just crazy. But the story I was gonna tell y'all is one time me and my child's father had got into it, and I cussed his ass the fuck out. And it was slippery outside. It was wintertime. And when I tell you that Brother Tucker went up in the air, he slid on some ice while he was talking shit to me, I was cracking up. He fell on his ass. I was just cracking up. I said, that's what your stupid ass gets. Okay, don't come for the queen. The universe don't like that. That's what your ass get. Okay?
And from the very beginning, you know, all these shows have different couples and different people that take the forefront. And I think that's what makes the show work. You know, that's the things that make it work. It's the ensemble. It's all of the people that make the show work. So even when they have conversations of, you know, who shouldn't be here, like they'll say in a heartbeat, like, oh, they should be gone. Take them off.
Kimmi says she's sick of y'all saying she boring. She's sick of y'all saying y'all sick of hearing about her sex life with Maurice.
So they're boring. And I mentioned because you don't like this drama that you're boring. Because at the end of the day, if you look at even our investment portfolio, things that we do, I think Maurice and I's investment portfolio outweighs everybody on this platform. So, yeah.
Girl, don't be so quick to say that. Now, what y'all think about that? You didn't need to say that, Kimmi. I felt like you feel the need to prove a point. Kimmi has really changed, because Kimmi wasn't like that where she took so much stuff personal. And I guess I could kind of get it after being on a show for a while. You do begin to, you know, listen to what people say. But it's like, why did you have to throw that in there, you know? So, and she probably still feel like, yeah, I'm still married. Mel ain't married. She divorced. She can't tell me shit. You and your sister-in-law both are in burning houses, child. I can't even get the words out. Somebody called 911. What Wyclef Jean say? Somebody called 911. Okay, and tell them you're in a burning house. Okay, you and your sister-in-law. Okay, stop playing with us, Kimmi.
I don't think that there's any one of us that without each other would be insanely successful. I just don't. I think we all need each other. And I've said it since season 1. My stance hasn't changed.
Girl, Melody don't need y'all. Okay. Yes, everybody got a job on the show. If Hookheaded keep talking shiggity, he ain't gonna have no damn job. But girl, some of y'all need this damn show. You really do. Okay, I'm gonna say that.
I think the benefit of the show is that you don't have to like me. Like, nobody care. Like, you don't have to like me. You can like Tisha. You can like Melody. That's right. There's a lot of stuff to go around. Maybe how they live fits your mantra a little bit better. Maybe how they run fits your mantra. Look, me going to work every day, that ain't for you. And that's okay. I've just never gotten to the place where I understand the disrespectful hatred of it all. Like, I can't wrap my head around it.
Me either. Like,
is it like that for the Bells? Because I don't read y'all comments.
My thing is, it's the same way. Like the hate, the humiliating, degrading, the body shaming. My thing is, do you guys have to? I mean, do the viewers? Some of them. I'm not gonna speak for all. Do you have to degrade and humiliate another woman and body shame them, tear them down to lift yourself up or to lift another Belle up?
I don't know, Marie, but let's look at these comments real quick before we get back to the conversation. Okay, one person says, I have lupus and I remove myself from drama and stress. Marie embraces drama and stressful situations too much for a person with lupus. She still has a personality. So don't think that just because somebody has a illness, you know, they're just going to be perfect and quiet. That's not why Carlos casted her. He wants somebody, no nonsense, don't take no shit from nobody. He wants that type of personality. And that's what Marie gives. And that's what the show needs. Okay? Another person says, I would like to see Marie win. Unfortunately, her job is in the midst of some messy women. I believe some of her reactions are to remove herself from stressful situations, but her facial expressions tell a whole different story. Another person says she's on reality TV. Another person says the truth of the matter is most viewers, when the show first started, everyone had a clean slate. Over time, opinions are formed because of behaviors on and off the show. For me, my first red flag with Kimmi was the bougie comment that she made towards Mel, because Mel wanted to include them in her life and invite them to events, which was a benefit to them for networking as business owners. But she responded in a negative way. Yes, she did. Kimmi came across as a hater. However, I gave her grace and didn't form an opinion then. After 6 seasons of seeing her constantly showing Martell more grace than she does Mel, when he was the one in the wrong and he's the one that messed up his marriage. As a woman, that's disturbing because that could be you. I feel like any opportunity to see Mel in a negative light, she takes it, and Tisha too. Just because you turn a blind eye to what your husbands do to you, don't mean you have to disrespect and try to villainize a woman who has had enough and chose to love herself by moving on. I feel for Kimmi for what she has gone through, because I also went through chemo and radiation. But to say Maurice didn't sign up for this spoke volumes to her mindset. Those marriage vows specifically signed up for all of that. Exactly. That's what I was so confused about. And I told you all, when a person talks like that, in my opinion, their marriage is superficial. It's just like, it ain't one of the vows in sickness and in health to death do us part. So that's in the vows. So how do you say, well, he didn't sign up for that? Yes, he did. Shit. He signed up to love sex all the time. He damn sure signed up for that. And you supposed to put up with that. Do you see the one-sidedness, you guys? Like, yeah, it's okay for me to put up with, bullshiggity from his personality that I don't really care for, but yeah, I better not ever get sick or no. So to me, hearing her say that and how she sides with Martell, it speaks volumes about who Kimmi is deep down. As head of the household, the man sets the tone. You have a good man treating you right. Most women will reciprocate. Exactly. I love that they put that. If a man is a serial cheater on you for years, afflicting pain, humiliation, and embarrassment, it's going to take time to want to be cool with them, and their current behavior plays a major part in that progress. Exactly. And he always on that demon time. He is always, honey, an agent of chaos. Okay. How can you possibly give grace to Martell and none to Mel? Something is weird about that. They come across as very envious of Mel's star qualities because she's nice to them. Sometimes too nice, in my opinion. I hate seeing how they treat her. Uplift that woman and congratulate her success after all she's been through. I know that's right. Another person says, Kimmi has shown that she's so male-identified and pick-me-ish, she can't even allow her body to heal because she wants to please Maurice so much. And to say Maurice didn't sign up for all she has been through is asinine. That's absolutely what he signed up for. Another person says she has shared her libido more than she has shared her cancer story. We would rather her talk about her cancer journey instead of rolling over and faking it. Child, y'all ain't gonna let that die. y'all gonna keep that alive, honey, okay? If I hear about her and Maurie's sex life again, I'm going to scream. She is such a hater. If you choose to stay with a man who doesn't value you, don't be jealous of one who chose to leave because her marriage was toxic. You are always writing for Martell. This is another person. Okay, this is another person saying that, Kimmi. I have never seen you on the show to be sympathetic to what Mel went through. You better hope that you never found out that Maurice cheated on you. You are so jealous of Mel and the bougie comment. I will never get over that. You are such a hater. Tisha has a dark heart. I don't have a dark soul like that, Mel. I'm the good person. Such a crybaby, always crying wolf, like someone is always picking on her when she is the one who has the dark heart. Yep, she got a dark soul. I'm so glad people are seeing it because that's part of Tisha's personality, to act like she's such a nice person, and you're not. You're selfish. You play the victim, you cry wolf, and we're over it, girl. And you have that, what did I say that heifer had? Okay, the imposter syndrome. Yes, yeah, you got a little bit, just, you got that too, girl. Okay. Kimmi was a favorite of mine, but her lack of empathy for Mel and her taking up for Martell makes me think that she may have been a side chick too. Yeah. This is another person, you guys. So that's like the third person. Another person says, Kimmi, the problem we had with you and the name change thing was your approach. It seemed as if you were judging Mel and getting in her business when you have no room to talk. We could ask why your son didn't have his father's last name. So if it's a conversation you are looking for, you have to take the good conversation with the bad conversation, people who don't agree with you. We could say, let's normalize putting the father's name on his birth certificate. We don't know every situation, so we can't judge you for that. Just like you shouldn't have said that about Mel changing her last name. Another person says Kimmi is so in her feelings about Melody. Is it because she used to be the fan favorite? Her having the biggest portfolio doesn't have a thing to do with us enjoying the show. The fact is, her and Maurice and her libido storyline was boring because he was so insensitive to her, and she sat there and made excuses for him until the fans and the internet got in her ass. Kimmi's husband has embarrassed her on national TV in front of the world, and she wants to blame the fans of the show for the backlash. Kimmi also stated she wasn't friends with Melody in the beginning of the show, and throughout the show, the wedge grew wider. Why was that? Wasn't Melody there for her during her journey? Threw her a party when she completed the first part. What is they talking about? Of her chemo? Wasn't Melody there for Letitia, Destiny, and Stormy, helping them to enhance their lives and help them with their journey? Why not show a little support towards Mel? Exactly. Another person says, Kimmi, keep Mel out of your recap. Talk about you. This is why they need to let you go. Kimmi had nothing to discuss about herself. Carlos, this is why your viewers cannot stand to watch this. I used to like Kimmi. This is sad, and it's turned to this with her. It's another person. So another person says, Kimmi needs to stand on what she said. That conversation in the spa was initiated by her. She knows damn well that she did not come off as referencing someone being married, getting divorced, and having kids with different names. She said there is a stigmatism with Black women having different names from their kids, which is a clear reference to the baby mama term, which implies that Mel would fall into the category of being viewed that way. Exactly. And we all know she was married to that Joker child. It looked like a lot of people, you guys, have a problem with Kimmi over the whole name change thing. That's what the majority of the comments are. Another person is saying what Marie did to Tambra is unforgivable.
Agreed. Do you have to do that? The body shaming. All they do is show weakness and insecurity. Right. Like the lying. Like I just feel like with this platform, we should use this platform to share our stories. Whether it hurt, good, bad, ugly, if it hurt or not, share it and be able to inspire and motivate and help the next person. Because each one of our stories can inspire and help somebody. I mean, like, if you don't want to share your story, or if you don't want to share certain things, I don't think we shouldn't be here. Stop making up stuff. See,
what about all the pop-ups? What about all Glenn pop-ups?
Listen.
I'm saying that story.
Yes, I'm so sick of that. He need to stop popping up, and Letitia is a fool for even getting back with him after he did all of that. Because I'm going to tell you something. When you take a man back after he clowned like that, he's going to keep clowning and acting even more of a fool.
That's kind of like, that would be like,
no.
Popping.
Me and Glenn be like this, button heads off of the camera, like button heads. I'm like, damn, Tisha, Glenn got a camera on your truck, on your vehicle. Why we don't know where he's popping up? That's uncomfortable for me. Like, if you got problems with your man, you put me in an uncomfortable position. I don't know what they pop off between y'all.
He a pop-up type of dude.
Yeah, like, I don't like that. So I'm like, like I told her, don't come tell me your marriage, nothing about your marriage, I'm your friend. Right. If you complaining to me about your spouse, I'm going to feel some type of way because you my friend. I love you, you my friend. Right. So you don't want me to judge, you don't want me to have nothing to say, don't tell me. And that's
an honest statement.
And that's something that I have not told my friend. I told her, don't tell me nothing else. Because see, I'm feeling some type of way. I'm feeling bothered. It's uncomfortable. I'm with you. We out talking girls time, and your husband pop up at the restaurant. Like to me, that's like some stalking type of shit. Like, how he know we even there?
But that's some old school advice that they have always given as far as telling your friends, your family, when stuff ain't quite right. Because once we mad and y'all get back together,
they're gonna make up.
Right.
And it ain't okay with me no more.
Right.
It ain't okay with me.
I agree. It's the same thing. Did it make you feel a way when he made the comment about you and Essie? When he was making little side things.
You know what? I think that when people say that, I just laugh at it because it's just, it's for me, it just shows that women, especially women, they don't normalize friendships. You know, they don't value friendships with other women because our relationship shouldn't be looked abnormal. We are business partners. Blood couldn't make us any closer. When we started our business, nobody would share anything with us. So all we had was each other to lean on.
Right.
And if I was interested, she's an amazing woman. I would be true to my authentic self and say, look, this is my woman, if that's the case. But that's not the case.
Right.
So I just feel like women, you know, people don't normalize, you know, relationships with their women friends. Like it don't look normal to them.
I think that's a valid statement. Like I do. I think that's a valid statement kind of when you look at some of the overall comments and things like that. And even in marriages and stuff, a lot of times I think people look at dysfunction as reason for divorce. Dysfunction equals divorce because marriage is.
Girl, you done got comfortable, Kimmi girl, living in that burning house. You and your sister-in-law. Dysfunction should equal divorce. We get everybody got ups and downs, right? Nobody's perfect. We all understand that. But girl, you should not be in a marriage promoting dysfunction, promoting abuse, disrespect. Child, bowing down and acquiescing to that man that you with, okay?
Work. Marriage is time. Marriage is, you know, stability and consistency.
Yeah.
So I clearly would not be one to say that we haven't had some issues in marriage. But it's amazing to me how many people are just like, oh, you're so stupid and you're this and why are you this? I'm with him because I love him. I love him and he loves me. Has he done some stupid stuff? Absolutely. Have you done some stupid stuff? Absolutely.
Don't bring us into Kimmi. See, now your ass deflected to get up off of your shiggity with that man, that sex addict. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it mind boggles me when people act like you're supposed to be throwing in the towel over foolishness, like literally foolishness.
Yeah. I just think that, you know, in a marriage, if you know you're not done with your spouse, keep your problems to yourself. Don't involve your family and your friends because when y'all not mad no more, your friends or your family, they're still feeling some type of way.
Absolutely.
So just keep that, like I told Letitia this, like keep me out of it. Like don't tell me anything. I don't want to know. If you know you're not done, work out because you know you're going back. But that popping up type of stuff, like Glenn is, and I tell him this, and I told him, his ass is crazy. Like that's some psychopath stalking shit to me. You know, like it's scary. But you know, that's their
when it happened, watching it.
Yeah, it's their function. You know, so I just want to ask you, like, with your marriage, with you and, you know, my reads, I saw, you know, the scene where, you know, you were stating that when y'all, you know, due to you taking chemo and being sick, when you all will become intimate, you will fake orgasms and things like that. And he felt some type of way and said some insensitive things. So how did you all navigate through that?
Yeah, that's like a big deal. I mean, and it was a lot. It was a big deal for people who care about me, as well as for people who took the opportunity to take a jab. You know what I mean?
To me, she's overly defensive. And we get it. You know, you're bothered by what people are saying. But, girl, it was bad. It was bad, Kimmi. You got to admit to that. And the amount of defending and deflecting that she does for Maurice now, it's like you don't even look at them the same anymore. They're not the same couple.
Because it's a true situation for me. And I shared it with my producers because it's what I'm going through. It is my life today. And so it was a TV spot that we talked about. And I shared that episode with Maurice. Trying to garner, I guess, compassion, support, understanding. A lot of things people don't tell you along the path. And so when you finally hear a nugget or two, you're like, oh my God. And what happened in that particular case was that I was feeling that way for a while, but I actually thought I was depressed. I thought that I was depressed. And that was what was causing me not to, you know, want to have sex. It was just like any other woman that their husband comes home, you just don't want to. It literally was just a don't want to kind of thing. And then I have a girlfriend who unfortunately went through breast cancer almost simultaneously as I did. And her physician actually gave her a list of pros and cons in regards to the chemotherapy. And on her list, it was the decreased libido. And when I read her list, I was like, what? You know, and that was like a light bulb for me. And so for the world that thought it was just this storyline, it was a light bulb for me because I literally thought I was depressed and needed a pill, is what I thought. And so I felt some comfort in seeing that on the list of side effects. Like, okay, now this is starting to make sense and it's going to go away over time. And so when everybody's talking about it, of course, when Carlos does his interview, it's going to be addressed. That's going to be one of the questions. And so Maurice, in answering the question, was like, it was just insensitive is a nice way of saying he was a dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a nice way of putting it. But the way that he answered the question was so inappropriate at my expense that it literally set the internet on fire for the reasons that I just gave. It was just insensitive. It wasn't thoughtful of me. It wasn't protective of me. The way that he verbalized that same conversation and made poor implications that I was having sex with him when I didn't want to. I was having sex painfully. Like, you know what I'm saying? They were acting like I'm throwing up on one side of the bed and having sex on the other side of the bed.
Oh Lord! Oh. I'm sorry, I cannot breathe. Oh my God, my side is hurting. It's how she said it. It was funny.
Man, I know, like when I first got diagnosed with lupus, like I couldn't walk. I had to have a walker to walk. Mm-hmm. And so at the time, my spouse had no understanding. Like I had to have sex and couldn't move. Mm. Like my body limp, fatigue. It was just no consideration, no understanding. Like,
girl, that should have been your biggest warning sign, Marie. What the hell? Y'all ain't even making these niggas pay for it. Because if I'm sick, oh yeah, you gonna have to, I need my coins, okay? I told y'all, cooking, fucking, cleaning, it's a job and you should be paid, okay? You should be paid. And y'all like doing the most for the niggas that do the least, okay? I was just watching Married to Medicine, season 8. I told y'all I'm obsessed with Married to Medicine, so I'm kind of watching some different stuff for the project I'm working on. So I was watching, and Contessa had said she bought Scott a Range Rover or something for his birthday, and then when she graduated school, he didn't buy her anything. He didn't even buy her a cake. I was like, why are you doing the most for a nigga that's doing the least for you? And y'all know Scott was clowning that season. He was acting a damn fool, flirting with other women, responding to DMs, lying to Contessa, gaslighting her. She felt like every day was Groundhog Day. Their marriage had not changed in 10 years. You know, it was just one thing after the other. And it's like, what are you all doing? Fight back. You know, and you saw Contessa, she was such a strong woman. You know, very athletic, very much so a go-getter. Like she was a younger version of Dr. Jackie, like really focused but it was just like, girl, I got 3 kids. I'm like, girl, my mother wasn't even no damn doctor. She had 3 kids and she wasn't letting no nigga play her. Shit. Okay. I told y'all that my mother put my former stepdad, he denied it, honey. Put his ass in the entertainment center. That nigga was the TV for the day. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, child.
I wanted sex.
But Marie, and that's coming from your mouth.
Now, listen to this. This how crazy Kimmi is. she is listening to Marie. Now she kind of about to poke fun at what Marie told her and compare it to her situation. That way, her situation with Maurice, it don't look as bad. Like she's such like, who's the attorney? Is he the attorney in the marriage, or are you, Kimmi? Because you've been defending this nigga, defending him, and girl.
And that's how they were trying to portray my situation. But that wasn't my situation.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here trying to drink this pop, but I can't stop laughing because of Kimmi. I can't. Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't my situation. I wasn't limp and laying in the bed and him having sex and I'm laying there sick and nauseous and whatever. Mine isn't that. Mine is very...
Now, look. Hey, do y'all notice how she threw shade at Marie and what she said? Y'all notice that?
But that wasn't my situation. Yeah. That wasn't my situation. I wasn't limp and laying in the bed and him having sex and I'm laying there sick and nauseous and whatever. Mine isn't that. Mine is very simplistic in the nature that I just...
Girl, you still with the sexaholic. Ain't no getting around that. He wants sex entirely too much. Okay? Girl.
I don't want to have it. I don't want to have it. Because I'm just not aroused. I'm not libido. People look up the word. You know what I'm saying?
Well, shit, I wasn't aroused either.
Oh, shit. I can't breathe. Oh, Marie. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. It's about to take me up out of here. She said... She said, shit, I wasn't aroused either. Oh, Cedric. Shame on you, Cedric.
Want to do right. And that's unfortunate. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of people don't make it through terminal illnesses because of this kind of thing. There's a lot of spouses, be it men or women. I've talked to so many people.
And I get it, you guys. I do. I know that we're laughing and stuff, and I get, the seriousness of the conversation. Some spouses, they can't deal with that. I think we all get that, but the thing of it is, Kimmi, don't make your marriage into something that is not. Like, don't act like it's so much better than Mel and Martell's just because ain't no side chick, or same thing with Marceau and Tisha. I think that they feel like they are on another level. And to me, they on the same level with Mel and Martell. Like, y'all marriages ain't no better than theirs, in my opinion. I don't need to know that somebody cheating. I don't need to see a side chick, because that would be in addition to all the problems y'all got. Okay?
After these stories have aired, I talked to women whose husbands were terminally ill, maybe dialysis, maybe a terminal disease, and they're going through the same thing on the opposite end, but they're women. And they're trying to hang in there for their husbands, and they're trying to be there. There's a lot of marriages that don't make it because people can't tough that part out. Sometimes they just can't, and that's unfortunate. I am happy to say we have, amid a reality TV show, amid fanship perspective, amid taking the internet by storm, going from the favorite couple to I wish y'all was off the TV show. Like,
we can feel about that. Like when things, when the fans don't like something that you do, or may not like how you made.
It sounds like Kimmi is bitter about that. What y'all think about that? Put it in the comments. How her and Maurice was the favorite couple. Now, it ain't even about that, Kimmi. It's just that we didn't realize y'all had so many cracks in y'all marriage. We didn't realize Maurice was such an a-hole.
Kind of situation, whatever the case may be. The first thing they say, well, Marie needs to be off the show. Or Kimmi and the Fox, they need to be gone. They need to be off. Like, what's your perspective on that? Do you think do they have valid reason to take it that far for somebody to be fired because they don't like what they're saying, or they don't like their reality at that moment?
I do not. I don't like it at all, because I am a consummate believer, and I've said it to every person that has asked my opinion. I think it takes everybody to make that show work, and you're not going to like everybody. That's just, and it's okay. Like, you're not going to like everybody, But there's a modicum of, reality that I think everybody brings. Everybody's life isn't as exciting as the next person. On our show, it's funny because they talk about the storylines. Marcel and Tisha talking about infidelity for 5 years, but nobody's got no proof of it, and we're still talking about it. They're tired of talking about it. They talked about, Mel Martell getting a divorce, that kind of thing. So they'll verbalize what they're tired of. However, when there is some reality, that's boring.
I do agree with her when it comes to that. I do feel like, but I feel like that in general, in terms of reality shows, not just Love and Marriage Huntsville, because people do get reality and then they're like, oh, the show is boring. I remember when Nene and Greg was on and he got diagnosed with cancer and people just kept saying, I don't want to see this on TV. And it's like, Nene is on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Her husband has cancer. This is her reality. So, like, why are you saying you don't want to see it on TV? It's a part of her reality,
They don't want that either because
and you can't keep it. You can't satisfy everybody.
And that's what I think they get. I just think, like, a lot of people say we don't want drama, but then when you don't have drama, you think it's boring. I literally wanted to do a post one day and say, y'all tell me what y'all think of storylines. Because I don't get it sometimes. Like, when I say I don't get it, I honestly don't get it. It's like you say you don't want fighting and stuff, but unless they fighting, you act like there's nothing going on. Whereas I could give you a dozen things that Maurice and Kimmi did from season 1 till now. And yes, people will say we bring nothing to the show. And so I really do.
If I'm giving my all, I'm, giving story when it comes to my mom, my children,
how is she?
She's doing, she's progressing. She's
Child, her ass still out here in them streets. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Okay, I'm about sick of her mother. And I get it. I was looking at Marie like, dang, you have such a forgiving heart. It wouldn't be me. Okay, because I wish my mother would. My mother didn't put me, through all of that, or we really wouldn't have had no relationship. I feel like when you are dealing with somebody with addiction issues, it's like that can't be worked out on both sides. That person has to, be committed to getting the help in which they need, and I just feel like Marie is going to keep getting her heart broken like Keisha Cole did, and I get it, it's your mother and you have sympathy and compassion for her, but sometimes you have to love people from afar and so, child, my voice is leaving me, child. And, you just have to give them time, space, and opportunity to, get their life together, get a sense of direction. Maybe she should get some religion or spirituality, because I just feel like you're going around the same mountain with her over and over again. It's like, aren't you tired? So yeah, I would, if I was Marie, I would kind of be done with the mother until she made, some big changes, to her life that she can sustain.
She's coming along. I tell her, every day above ground is an opportunity to get it right. Start over and try again. Mm-hmm. So, I can't give up on her. I have to at least be there for her and encourage her and just let her know that I'm here.
Is that hard for you? Because, talking about addiction in general, that's something that people kind of like to hide. They kind of like to act like...
I'm glad you asked me that. Mm-hmm. With addiction, crack, marijuana, heroin, alcohol, popping pills, it's all the same thing. One addiction, gambling, ain't no different from the other. It's all addiction. So, I think people tend to say, this drug ain't as bad as that drug, but it's all the same. Mental health?
No, it's not, Marie. No, it's not. There are drugs that are really bad. Whatever the hell your mother is doing, that's really bad. really, really bad. Yes, people can be addicted to alcohol. Yes, they can be addicted to pills, marijuana. Yes, I think we all understand that. But yeah, some of that stuff, there is levels. There is levels to it because some of that stuff destroys your body more so than others.
Whether you're depressed, dealing with anxiety, schizophrenia, all of it is the same. Mental health, substance use, all that is under the same umbrella. It's all the same. Mm-hmm. So are you gonna tell somebody, okay, they over here grieving their loved one and they're depressed, they're crazy? Mm-hmm. No. That don't mean that they're crazy. They just need help processing their feelings and what they're going through. So it's all the same, and that needs to be talked about. Mm-hmm. You're right. Mental illness, mental health. You're right. I've gone through things in my life. I'm not ashamed to talk about nothing that I have experienced. I can use my voice, my platform, to share with other women of what not to do. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not embarrassed about nothing I've gone through. I've been very vocal about everything. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that, that's something that I would like to highlight more. Mental health, substance abuse. Mm-hmm. Those things need to be talked about because it affects all communities across the board. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I agree. I just didn't know how difficult it would be to share that about your mom.
It's difficult.
I just know it's difficult to talk about people themselves, their own personal information, but to share that.
It's hard dealing with somebody with an addiction. Their mood swings and the things that they deal with. Mm-hmm. That's a lot dealing with somebody, with that person with the personality like that. So I have a question. I got one for you. Mm-hmm. What do you think about? Okay. I know Belle Collective, our cast consists of all ladies, and I know y'all cast is a little bit mixed. Mm-hmm. About how the fans, if you disagree with another female, it's almost always, is she jealous or she hates or she. Right. Let me tell you something, Kim. I have changed a lot of women's lives, a lot of women's lives. I have put a lot of women on. It's the women out here that I've helped in careers where they have passed me, and I'm happy for them. I've never been the type of person that envy another woman because what God has for me is mine. It's for me. Mm-hmm. I don't want what's theirs, and I can't get what's theirs, and they can't get what's mine. What's for me is for me, and what's for them is for them. So I don't
I'm bothered by that because a lot of people act like you can't have an opinion. If your opinion is different from their fan favorite, it causes this huge demise, and I don't understand it. I don't understand why you got to hate, why you got to be jealous.
I've never been like that.
Opinion. From the day I was in working 9 to 5 corporate America all this time, I would tell people I can talk to you for hours about something we don't agree on until you're disrespectful. Because there's no reason for you to be disrespectful because I don't agree. And that can be for anybody. I've had heated conversations with Maurice, and I'd be like, just because I don't agree with you don't mean your tone got to change. I just don't agree with you. We can agree to disagree and go get some dinner. My mind doesn't wrap around it. I'm not jealous of people. I love where my life is. I think everything that has turned out for me was ordained by the Lord. Literally.
That's right.
Me getting married when I got married, having my husband here, having my parents here, getting my cancer diagnosis when I did. Everything that has gone on in my world has been ordained for me.
That's right.
So there is not a woman. There's not a woman that I ever want to be. I am me, and I am comfortable with me. If you are uncomfortable, then that is your problem. But it doesn't make me jealous of anyone. I am happy, especially for our TV show, because I feel like everybody's getting what they want. Yeah, everybody's getting what they want. Mel wants to, model and do that thing and get on TV and have her own stuff. She's doing exactly what she wants. Kimmi doesn't want that.
Right. I don't desire that.
Right. Kimmi doesn't want that at all. Kimmi doesn't want that. So I think it's unfortunate when you have differencing of opinions. And I think that it's unfortunate, I can agree with you today, and then they'll say, ooh, she hating on
right.
But then I agree with Tisha tomorrow, Kimmi a flip-flopper. No. What she did today was not right, and what she did yesterday was not right. You know what I'm saying? But now I got to flip-flop because I agreed with you today, but I didn't agree with you tomorrow.
I manifested my life. And I wouldn't want to trade that with nobody in this world. I would rather die than to trade my life with anybody on this planet. Because I'm living the life of my dreams. Everything that I prayed for, I'm living it. And I wouldn't change it. I wouldn't want it any other way. I eat, sleep, breathe healthcare. I'm living the life of my dreams.
And listen, at the end of the day, what these folks see on social media is what they want you to see.
Yeah.
So while you're thinking that people are jealous and hating, believe me, there's a lot more going on behind social media cameras that you don't know that I don't care to have a part of. I'm perfectly okay. I had a patient one time, and I used to go see her every week, ask her how she doing, whatever. She said to me one day, she said, Kim, if all of us were to put our troubles on the table, you would take your own back. And what that meant was, once you see some shit that other people is going through, you look at your little pile of shit and be like, all right, let me go ahead and to go to the house. Because people got stuck. Social media makes you feel like you are living this dream. And that's not always the case. It's really not always the case.
It's not.
It's not always the case.
With this platform, I just want to be able to share my journey with the women who can relate to me, to the people who can relate to me. And I may not be able to, and I'm not relatable to everybody, but just to the people who can relate to me. And I'm happy with that. Like, I don't desire to do, like, be some type of, what is it? I do not desire to be into modeling or do movies, or that's not my passion. I just want to be able to use this platform to inspire and to help somebody.
Oh,
that's all I wanted for.
That's what we said from the beginning of this show as well.
That's all I wanted.
And we also wanted it to be a medium for people to have conversation. Because as adults, we understand that people have differencing of opinion. And we felt like that conversation was going to spur the ratings of the show. Like, I agree with you. I don't agree with that. Kimmi shouldn't have said that. She should have said. We wanted the conversation because we think men and women are just wired differently. So
now, really quickly, it looked like it's really on Kimmi's heart, you guys, that people think that she's jealous of Mel, and, you know, I want y'all to weigh in on that. Do you think that Kimmi is jealous? Like I said on season 1, I had no idea she was, you know, making all those comments about Mel. And, you know, Mel and Martell's marriage, and well, Melody shouldn't even be speaking and she can't say anything. And to me, that was some hater shit. And I told y'all it was very, I was just so shocked by it, because I was just like, dang, I remember watching season 1, but it wasn't until I rewatched it, I was like, dang, I look at Kimmi a little bit different. Like, Melody was in a burning house. Where is your empathy? Where is your sympathy? Why didn't y'all ever, you know, pull her to the side like, well, sis, are you okay? You know, what's going on with Martell? Is everything good? Instead of, yeah, well, she shouldn't even be doing speaking engagements, and she can't get nobody to blueprint. She was telling Tisha that type of stuff, and Tisha would be like, right, that right, Kimmi, you right. And Tisha was such a hater. And that's why they really, truly grew apart, because you can't really continue a strong, transparent, vulnerable friendship with a hater, with somebody that has something negative to say about what you're trying to do to progress, you know, in this life. So anyways, you guys, we're going to go ahead and leave all of that right there. Okay, get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.